Hello, check 1, 2. Well, hello everybody. This is the co-commentator taking over for today because Lester has gone ice fishing in Cross Lake. So we got Paco Productions in the house and George Crumity as the next co-commentator. Just kidding, boy. The Sunday afternoon hockey here in Norway House. You got Canada ready? And we're gonna be waiting for Canada. Does it sound quiet? Well, here we go. Sunday afternoon hockey. Sunday fun day. Norway House Northstars versus Cross Lake Islanders. Game 2 for this. It's time. A little Bruce Buffer in the booth. That guy is a legend in the UFC history. He will always be remembered for the UFC. Here we go. Puck drop is just moments away. And here we go, folks. Game 2 is underway. Braden Arthurson with the puck will dump it down back to Norway House's defensive end. Chauncey will be there to poke it away. And here's number 20, White Duck. Number 55 for Cross Lake will dump it in, and that goes out of play. In net for Norway House, we got Chauncey Jack. And for the Cross Lake Islanders, we got Legros. I think that's Legros, is it? Yeah, that is. Number 29, Legros. Puck is drawn at the red circle there, nearby center ice. Here's number 16 now for Islanders. For 22, tries to make a move, but Kijik says not to get in. Here's 9, passes across for 55, but couldn't receive it. Now it goes up for Cash Clarkson. Clarkson will go on the outside. He'll dump it in there. And here's Tate Rium. Now we'll try to go race for it and plays the puck behind the net. Still remains there. Lucien will try battle for it. Here's number 22 now. Cross Lake regains possession of the puck. And 55 couldn't get it off his stick right. And Norway House regains possession. Miscommunication pass by White Duck. White Duck is battling with the puck. in the Norway House defensive zone. Sends it across to Braden Arthurson. Cross lake will dump it back in. Chauncey will be there to play the puck. He'll pass it off to Kijik. And a little line change for Norway House. He'll dump it down for number 10, McLeod. McLeod drops it for Maddox Long, but Maddox Long wasn't there. And here's Constant now. Over to Long. Enters the offensive zone. Fires. Fired wide. Here's Deshaun Ross. We'll dump it down to the back of the net. Here's Chase Braun chasing it now. Islanders regain possession of the puck. A little battle in the corner. Northstars regain possession. Slap shot, Deshaun Ross. Pad save, Legros. Islanders will try to dump it out, but Deshaun will be there to play it. And we'll take a shot. Oh, McLeod had a good pass across, but Maddox Long wasn't there to be there. Here's number 2 for Islanders now. We'll try to think of a breakout pass, but McLeod will be there to stop it. He'll dump it down back across for Deshaun Ross. And here's Chase Braun now. We'll try to stop it for Maddox Long, but Cross Lake said no. And here's McLeod now with the puck skating up center ice. He's looking for a pass. He banks it off the boards into the offensive zone. Norway House will take a line change while Cross Lake plays the puck in their defensive zone. Number 8 for Cross Lake. Misses the puck. And here's number 8 now. 2-on-2. He goes on the outside, enters the offensive zone, feeds it off to number 9. Number 9 fires, shoulder save, Chauncey Jack right in front, and Cross Lake scores. And I believe that was number 10. No, number 24 for Islanders. So Islanders draw first blood with 17:16 left in the first period. Boy, George is making me hungry. He brought a pizza up here. He's having his pre-game lunch. Norway House will enter the draw now. Nadeau fires, but it went off a stick in traffic. Here's number 22 now, Bright Nose. We'll take a hit in the corner. Here's number 5 for Islanders. We'll drop it down to 16 in their defensive end. Feeds it up to center ice. Tries to feed it across, but didn't go off his stick right. Fanned on it. Here's Nadeau now. Nadeau will try to skate it up into the offensive zone. We'll try to be fancy with it and take it up the middle, but poked away by Islanders. And I think an icing call will be made for the Islanders. 16:22 left in the first period. The score is 1-0 Islanders. If you're just joining us, Lester is gone for a fishing derby. So the co-commentator, my name is Ashley Flett. Norway House will take the draw, and number 2, I believe that is Caven McKay. Here's Caven now, fires in the corner at a tough angle, but a rebound was there, and Cross Lake regains possession. A 3-on-2 the other way. And Cross Lake will go in the corner. The puck. The Northstars will pick up the puck and make a breakout. Here's Brannigan further now. Skates it and fires, and a glove save, Legros. 15:55 left in the first period. The score still remains 1-0 Islanders. Puck is drawn in Islanders defensive zone, and here's Braden Arthurson with the puck behind the net. Tries to feed it up to Lucien, but blocked by Cross Lake. Number 7 for the Islanders will dump it down, and White Duck will be there to chase the puck and regain possession. Here's Kijik. We'll feed it to White Duck again. White Duck will think about what to do with it, and he goes for a skate. Lucien tips it, and I think an icing call will be made again for Norway House. I just want to send out I want to send good luck to Lester for fishing in the fishing derby in Cross Lake. Hopefully he gets some big fish. Puck is drawn in the Northstars defensive zone. Crosslake will be there to dump it in behind the net. Here's number 2 for Crosslake Islanders right in front, and they score! Number 4 for Crosslake. Oh, no, number 14, 44. We'll make the score 2-0. 15:24 left in the first period, and the score is now 2-0 Islanders. Here's number 5 for Crosslake, the defense. Gonna play with the puck in their own end. Loses possession, causes an offensive turnover. Here we go. Here's Cash Clarkson now with the puck, skates it in. Shoulder save, Legros. Cash Clarkson will play the puck behind the net, or right in front, loses possession. Here's Colton Saunders now, we'll dump it back in, but blocked by Crosslake. And here's Cash Clarkson, causes a deep offensive turnover. Cash Clarkson will poke it away for Captain Tate to pick it up. Captain Tate will move it up. He'll skate it in from the outside. He'll try to make a move, but loses possession right in front for Clarkson. Deshaun Ross shot and a glove save, Legros. Paco Productions in the booth, everybody. Here's Colton Saunders now, fires. Blocker save, Legros. Colton Saunders will lose his stick in the process. Crosslake will regain possession of the puck in their defensive zone. Crosslake will try to feed up. Maddox Long will be there to play it. He's dancing with the puck, and it goes offside. Maddox Long will retreat back into their defensive zone. And he loses possession in the defensive zone. Crosslake will be there to get the rebound right in front. He couldn't get it off his stick right. He put it too far from it. Now a battle in the corner in Norway House's zone. And now here's McLeod. Will skate it up center ice and enters the offensive zone. Cuts in. Look for a pass to Chase Braun, but went off his skate. Feeds it in front, Chase Braun, but didn't go off Maddox Long's stick right. Here's number 7 now for Islanders. And here's number 8 behind their net now, thinking about what to do with it. Feeds it back to number 7. Number 7 will try to get it up, and here's Constant. Oh! A little battle in the corner. We'll feed it to number 8 for Crosslake Islanders. We'll bank it off the boards, and here's number 22 now for Crosslake. We'll dump it down to Norway House's end, and Chauncey Jock will be there to play the puck. And here's McLeod now. Crosslake has a fresh line going at it. And here's Crosslake now. 16 will get the puck. Chase Braun with the regained possession of the puck. We'll regain it. Here's number 44 now, a 3-on-3 the other way. And 44 for Islanders will dump it in. Chauncey will try to get there, but it didn't get off his stick right. And a battle in the corner for Norway House. And their defensive end. And it's in the air. Here's Brightnose. We'll try to dump it down for McLeod, I believe. And McLeod's stick will get in the way, and it will send it to the roof. 12:44 left in the first period. 2-0 Islanders. And George is making me hungry in the booth with his toast, I believe that is hash browns and eggs and sausage. Holy Stuggats, what a meal. And here's Cash Long now. We'll skate it in. He tries to fire it at a tough angle, but hit the side of the net. And here's number 21. Oh my God. And here's number 2 now for Crosslake. We'll try to get it, but he didn't get all of it right. Number 2 now will try to skate it up, but here's number 7. Long and an offside. Puck is drawn at center ice at the red mark. Here's White Duck now. We'll dump it in to the offensive zone. Number 24, Nadeau will try to be there. Here's Kijik now. We'll dump it down for Nadeau. Nadeau will feed it. Oh, no, he's going to skate with it. Fires, fired wide. Here's Cash Long to Dante Bear right in front. Nadeau, but saved Legros. Here's Nadeau now with the puck. He's battling in the corner. Cross Lake will be there to regain possession in their defensive zone. Here's number 14 now for Cross Lake. We'll skate it up a 3-on-1 the other way. Feeds it to number 22, but too far out of his reach. Here's number 8 for Islanders. We'll skate it back into their zone. Feeds it across to number 7. Now back to 8. Islanders will try to make a move, and he'll dump it in. Chauncey Jack is thinking to play it. Here's White Duck with the puck. Wapuska CC Blester taught me that Cree word. And here's Colton Saunders now. Boy, that guy could skate. Here's number 8 now for Cross Lake. He'll go up to center ice. While Kevin McKay has wheels to go get that puck. And here's number 6, Mackenzie, Here's number 24 for Islanders. Feeds it up to 55, but couldn't get off his stick. Here's Brannigan Furlan. Kevin McKay will feed it off to Furlan, but too far out of his reach. Islanders will regain possession. Colton Saunders with a slap shot. Got blocked in traffic. Mackenzie will be behind the net. He's dancing with the puck behind the net. Feeds it to the middle, but blocked away by number 7 in front. Mackenzie in the corner now. Dumps it down behind the net for Brannigan Furlan. Brannigan Furlan will cut in and a save Legros. 10:23 left in the first period. The score still remains 2-0 Islanders. Furlan will take the draw in the defensive zone, and Islanders will win that draw. We'll bank it off the boards for 44. Number 9 now for Cross Lake. Skating it up. Center ice enters the offensive zone. Feeds it across to number 2. But, oh! Chauncey got hurt. Well, I don't know if he's hurt, but he got hit. But it wasn't intentional for Cross Lake. Here's number 9. Oh. I think the net's off. 9:56 left in the first period. And I think Chauncey is hurt. Chauncey will continue this game. And here's Cash Clarkson now playing with the puck in his defensive zone. Feeds it across at center ice for Tate Riom, but it can connect. Here's Crossing now, enters the offensive zone. And here's 16 with a slap shot. Hit the post, and 44 will get the rebound, and they score. Number 44 for Cross Lake Islanders. I believe that is his second goal of the game. And he'll make the score 3-0 Islanders in the first period. Cross Lake will win that draw. All right. Here's number 9 for Cross Lake. Oh, no, number 8. I get confused. Sorry. All right, here we go. Here's Lucien Tate Riom, a 2-on-2 for Norway House. Enters the offensive zone. Lucien fires a chest save Legros. Maddox Long will take the offensive zone face-off, and he'll win it. Kijik tries to feed it across for a White Duck, but it didn't. He fanned on it. Number 7 now for Cross Lake will bank it off the boards up to 20, I believe. Here's Chase Brown. Will feed it to Maddox Long. Maddox Long skating up into the offensive zone. Fires, but blocked in traffic. McLeod will be there to get the puck in the corner. Number 7 for Islanders now will regain possession in the defensive zone. He'll sauce it down the ice. Well, Kijik will regain possession of that puck. Now the Northstars thinking about what to do and trying to make a breakout here. McLeod now skating up center ice, but poked away by number 24. Kijik will be there in the defensive zone to try get it out. Miscommunication pass, and 44 will dump it down. Chauncey Jack will be there to slow it down for Kijik to recover. And here we go. Here's number 10, McLeod. Will dangle his way. Here's White Duck now. Didn't get it all on his stick. Max Long feeds it back to Chase Brown. And here's Maddox Long. Will enter the offensive zone on the outside. Tries to feed it back for White Duck, but nobody home. Cross Lake will dump it down. Number 24 will dump it down. Here's Deshaun Ross now. Will feed it down the boards. Here's number 14 for Islanders. Will feed it across to number 24. And here's number 24 for Northstars, Landon Nadeau. He skates in. Oh, makes a move. Goes on the outside. Tries to feed it for Dante Bear, but Cross Lake denies that pass, and an icing call will be made going across Lake. 7:01 left in the third period night. First period. The score is 3-0 still for the Islanders. And we got Brock Lesnar playing in the booth. Brought to you by Paco Productions. And George is scouting in the booth. Here's Colton Saunders to Dante Bear at center ice. Dante will feed it. He'll do a diving pass to Cash Long. Cash Long will try feed it in front. Dante Bear will stop it, and Legros will cover that puck. Here's Cash Long. Cash Long still with the puck, skates in and right behind the net. And here's number 5 now for Islanders, number 22. We'll chip it into the offensive zone. Chauncey Jack will be there to flick it away. No. Here's Cash Long now, regains possession in the defensive zone. He'll go for a skate up to center ice. We'll leave it for Landon Nadeau, and an offside for Cross Lake. Oh, no, Norway House. Puck is drawn. Oh, Kevin McKay almost had it. Here's number 9 now for Cross Lake. We'll skate it into the offensive zone. Fires! Blocker save, Chauncey Jack. Cross Lake now will try to feed it to the middle, but didn't get it all. Number 8 now with the puck. Blocked away by a shin pad. Here's number 22 now. Fires, stick save, Chauncey Jack. And behind the net now. And I believe the net is off, and it's boring. Puck is drawn at Norway House's zone, and Norway House will win that face-off draw in their defensive end. Number 9 now. No, number 3. Here's number 22, Brightnose. Cross Lake will regain possession at center ice. He'll feed it back for number 8 in their defensive end. Number 8 will go for a skate. And he enters the offensive zone. He dangles his way through, but lost the puck. Number 2 now. We'll try feed it to the middle for number 8 to 24, but nobody home. Here's Braden Arthurson now up to Cash Clarkson. Enters the offensive zone. Feeds it across the table, fires, and it went off his stick and out of play. 5:09 left in the first period. And we got Sam McKay at the face-off. Gonna drop the puck. Lucien will win that draw. Cash Clarkson tries to fire, but number 16 will use his body to deny that shot. And Crosslake will dump it down their end for an icing call. Here's Brandon Arthurson now. Back for Kijik. Oh, tried Lucien with a tip, but it just went wide. And here's Clarkson now. Fires in traffic, and a glove save, Legros. And George is flexing his bacon. Crosslake will try tie up the puck for that face-off, and here's 55 will dump it. Cash Clarkson now with a shot, but went wide, and 16 will be there to catch it and put it in play. Here's number 5 now for Islanders behind their net, thinking about what to do. Feeds it across to 16. He'll try feed it up to center ice, and he does. Number 24 for Crosslake. We'll dump it into Norway House's zone. Kijik will be there to regain possession. Kijik will feed it across to White Duck. White Duck will try to tip it up. Here's Kijik now with the puck again. Behind Norhouse's net. We'll feed it up to Lucien Tate-Riom. Lucien will skate it back a bit, and here's Cash Clarkson now. Enters the zone. Tries to dangle his way through, but number 5 stick was in the way. Now Crosslake is doing a little breakout here. Here's Cash Clarkson. We'll feed it to center ice for Lucien Tate. Lucien Tate skates in, feeds it to Chase Braun. Over to Cash Clarkson, but nobody home. He'll feed it back to Deshaun Ross. Deshaun will fire, and it went off his stick. Off the glass behind the net. He'll dump it down again. Deshaun Ross will be there to pick it up. Feeds it to Chase Braun. Over across to 16, but nobody home. Here's number 5 now, Hulkrow. For the Islanders, we'll skate it up. He'll feed it to 22, and 22 will tip it into the offensive zone. Crosslake will skate it in. Draw a pass. Nobody home. Here's McLeod now. We'll dump it down. Number 22. Here's number 3, Deshaun Ross. We'll try to pass it up, but number 8 is there and to deny that pass and intervene. And here's Colton Saunders now with the puck. We'll dump it into the Crosslake's end. Legros will be there to play the puck. Here's number 8 now for Islanders. Skates around their net. And here he goes up to center ice. He's going to go for a skate. He'll dump it down. Chauncey will be there to stop. We'll try to stop it, but it didn't get all of it on his stick. Here's number 7 now for Islanders. We'll dump it back in to the offensive zone. Colton Saunders will backhand its way out. Here's Chase Braun. Feeds it to McLeod. McLeod enters, drops it down for Maddox Long. For Chase Braun in front, but number 8 for Islanders said no. And it went off a body there. Number 22 in front. McLeod will get a big hit there. Here's number 22, Brightnose. And a tip in from Maddox Long, and Norno scores! Number 15, Maddox Long with the first goal for the Northstars. And that horn is killer, killer loud. Maddox Long will get the first goal for Norway House. with 2:03 left in the first period. The score is now 3-1. I believe Lucian Tate will take that draw at center ice, and Crosslake will win that, and Halker will bank it off the glass for 55. Number 9 will dump it, but Colton Saunders is there. Wait, no, that's Constant. All right. Bright Nose will race for that puck in his defensive zone. He'll think about what to do with it. He feeds it across to Lucian. Lucian skates in, fires, and it hit the Biwapis. And out of play. Yep, Lester has been teaching me his language. 1:20 left in the first period. Here's Bright Nose now fires, run off a shin pad in traffic. Here's Braden Arthurson with the puck battling at the side. Here's number 2 now for Islanders, a 2-on-1. Number 2 will sauce it over for 55, but it couldn't get off his stick. And now Norway House will turn it the other way. Tate Rion will try to get that puck, but poked away. Here's 55, will dump it in. Chauncey will be there to play it. Is he going to shoot it around? Yes, he does. Here's Miles Brightnose. Will skate it up center ice, and he'll enter the offensive zone. And here's Braden Arthurson now shoots, and went off number 8, stick in traffic. From Islanders. 34.9 left in the first period. The score is 3-1. Dante Bear will take the offensive zone face-off. Well, Cash Long tries to shoot it, but it went off a shin guard. Here's number 20, Brightnose. Feeds it across to Cash Long, but nobody home. Back to Kijik. Fires low and tries to go for a tip, but Legros will be there to cover the puck with 19.3 left in the first period. The Islanders will win their defensive zone face-off. Number 22 now. But denies that. Kijik denies that pass. And here's number 20, White Duck, with the final 5 seconds left in the first period. He'll skate around his net and let time do its thing. And that will be a wrap for the first period. We'll be right back for the second period, coming up in a few minutes. And we're back for the second period, and the face-off has been drawn. And White Duck will get the puck in their defensive end. Number 22 going for Cross Lake, trying to go get that puck. Norway House loses possession. Number 22 now feeds it up the middle, poked away by Chansey. And here's Braden Arthurson now. He's got some wheels. He skates it in, tries to dangle his way through, but causes a turnover. There's no high stick call. White Duck almost had a high stick there. Number 55 for Cross Lake, tried to feed it across, but Kijik denies it. Now he's skating up center ice, dangles his way through, shoots, and blocker save. Here's number 9 for Islanders. We'll dump it into the offensive zone for them. And an offside arm will be waved. And here's White Duck now. We'll try feed it up for Lucien, but number 9 pokes it away. Here's number 5, Hulkrow. We'll feed it across to number 2. He'll feed it up to number 9. Number 9 will dump it in. Chauncey is still there. There's number 22 now for Cross Lake. Thought about doing something with it, but loses possession in the process. Colton Saunders loses possession as well. In the corner now in Norway House's end. Braden Arthurson will shoot it up. And then Norway House will regain strength enough. Do a little line change while Cross Lake changes it up. 3-on-2 the other way. Fires. Chansey Jack didn't get it all in his glove. Here's Deshaun Ross on number 22 for Cross Lake. On number 24. Cross Lake fires. Fired wide. It's behind the net. Here's number 20 for Cross Lake. Tries to feed in front of Deshaun Ross and Motts. Here's Colton Saunders now. Tries to feed it up for number 12. But an icing call. Puck is drawn in the Northstars, and here's Maddox Long now. A 2-on-1. McLeod and Long. Long tries to fire, but it went off a knee. And out of play. 17:46 left in the second period. Still lots of time left. Here's Colton Saunders now. Deshaun Ross fires, and he scores! Number 10 with the tip. McLeod. He will tip that puck in top corner. And now the score is now 3-2. McLeod will get the second goal for Norway House. Deshaun Ross will get that puck in their defensive end. He'll feed it up to Chase Braun, but couldn't receive it. Here's number 22 for Island now. Drops it for number 9, right to 55. Oh, but missed. He mistangled that. And he goes in the net. And Chauncey Jack took a hit there. And here we go. We got Punky. He was going to go check on him. But now he's running back. Hopefully he doesn't fall. Play Jeopardy. Never mind. Next time. Here's Colton Saunders. Deshaun Ross will try to feed it up to Chase. Chase will tip it down to the middle, but Crosslake is there to intervene with that pass. And here's Colton Saunders now. We'll dump it down across the ice for McLeod. McLeod in the offensive zone now. Feeds it across to Chase, but number 8 from Islanders will poke it away. And here's Maddox Long now. Is thinking about what to do with it. He skates it behind the net. And I believe we got a... Is there a penalty? No, there's no penalty. .55 left in the second period. The score is 3-2 Islanders. Maddox Long will take the offensive zone face-off, and Deshaun Ross will slap shoot. And a chest save, Legros. Cash Long will take that, and Dante Bear will regain possession. Here's Brightnose now, fires, and a glove save, Legros. And the puck is drawn again in the offensive zone for Norway House. And Colton Saunders will get the puck. Tries to shoot it, but I believe it went off his blocker. And down the ice it goes, and no icing called. Chauncey will be there to backhand the puck to the other side. Number 9, Constance, will be there to pick it up. And here's Landon Nadeau. Feeds it to Cash Long. Goes up center ice and enters the zone. Goes on the outside. Feeds it into the middle for Nadeau, but Nadeau spun around. And here's Cash Long now with the puck. And now here's number 8 now. Here's Brightnose now, denies that to go out of that zone. Feeds it across, but Brightnose is there to intervene and enters the offensive zone. Landon Nadeau keeps it in the zone. And the Cross Lake Islanders will sauce it down the ice and enters the offensive zone. Number 22 fires, but fire wide. Feeds it to the middle, but nobody home. Here's number 9 now for Cross Lake. Tries to feed it, and it's in front. And a pad save, Chauncey Jack, and he's there to cover the puck. And Brannigan Ferlin will take the face-off for the Northstars, and he wins that draw. And here's Caven McKay with the puck, skating it up. Caven could skate that kid. Here's number 24 for Islanders now, and regains possession in their defensive end, but causes a turnover by Constant. I think that was Constant. Yeah, I think that was. No, McKenzie. And here's 20, Brightnose. We'll skate into the offensive zone. Looking for a pass, but fires. Blocked by a shin pad. Feeds it to the middle. Brannigan Ferlin, nobody home. Oh. And I believe he's going to get called off. He's going to go in the box for goalie interference. Lucian will take the face off for Norway House in the offensive zone. Cash Clarkson dumps it down to the other side. Braden Arthurson with the race there. And Crosslake pins Braden against the boards. And a battle in the corner. Cash Long regains the possession. Feeds it across. But nobody home. Blocked in traffic. Number 20, Brightnose. What is happening? Oh. And there is some shoving. And I believe Lucian is going into the box. And I believe there is a penalty going to Lucian Tate-Rium. I believe, yeah, Lucian is getting sent in the box with a minor penalty, 2 minutes. For both sides, actually. 2 penalties for each side, and it will be a 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Braden Arthurson will take the draw, and he wins. Number 20, Brightnose will dump it down behind the net for Cash Clarkson to pick up. Feeds it down to Kijik behind the net. Skating around the net is Kijik. Kijik looking for a pass. Feeds it to Braden Arthurson. Feeds it to Cash Long. Cash Long enters on the outside. And there's a hand in the air. And a penalty. Another penalty will be called towards Cross Lake. And I believe it is for a slashing call. Maddox Long will take that face off in the offensive zone and he wins it. Here's Colton Constant. Feeds it down to Maddox Long. Maddox Long fires, but fired wide. Number 22 dangles through Deshaun Ross and he'll dump it down from the penalty kill. Chauncey Jack will be there to stop that puck for a bit. And here's Maddox Long regains possession in the defensive zone and he'll go for a skate up. Center ice, he'll enter through the outside. He stops. Feeds it across to Constant. Feeds it across to Deshaun Ross. Fires, and it didn't go off his glove right. And Deshaun Ross will have the puck again at the point. Passes it to Maddox Long. Almost loses possession there, but he regains it at the point. Maddox Long will skate in. He'll sauce it back for Clarkson. And here's Deshaun Ross at the point. Feeds it to Constant in the side. Tries to feed it to McLeod. Regains possession in the offensive zone. Here's Maddox Long. Skating around to the point. Now goes on the outside, cutting in. Feeds it across, but McLeod was out of his reach. McLeod now at the point. Feeds it to Constant. Constant fires. Shoulder save. Or I think that went off the mask. I'm not too sure. Here's McLeod now. Feeds it to Long. Long fires. Hit his stick in front, but nobody home. Maddox Long will be there to regain possession off of that rebound. Sauces it over to Constant. Constant almost loses it. Passes it to McLeod at the side. Back to Constant. Slap shot, but it didn't go off his stick right. And now Cross Lake, number 22, 2-on-2, and an offside call. Whoa. I believe Norway House is getting a minor penalty for the next 2 minutes. Here's Colton Saunders with the puck. We'll try to dump it down. Lucien tips it to the boards, and now Lucien will skate into the zone. Tries to drop it for Cash Clarkson, but couldn't connect. And nobody home at the point at the offensive now. Crosslake turns it around the other way for number 9 to play. He's skating around at the side. Goes to the center. Feeds it across to 16. 16 cuts in. Fires. Nobody home to the side. Oh, my God. Here's number 22 now for Crosslake. Number 16 will regain possession. 16 tries to feed it across, but blocked by a stick. And here we go. Cash Clarkson. Now all alone. Fires. And it went off Lagros' stick, but he didn't even realize. 10:57 left in the second period. And Crosslake has a power play for the next minute and 5 seconds. And Islanders now will skate it up center ice. Tries to fake him out, but Cash Clarkson read that perfectly. And then Islanders will go in. Number 9 will go in. He almost wrapped around, but his skate gave out just for a bit. Fires. Fired wide. I think they were trying to go for a tip, but I don't think he got it. Number 16 now. No, here's number 22. Fires, and a chest save. Chauncey Jack. Oh. Face-off will be drawn at Crosslake's end. The Norway House will win that. Here's Landon Nadeau behind the net. Shoves it down. Right in front, and he scores! Number 20, Bright Nose. A pass from Constant. Down the middle for, oh no, that was White Duck. He passes that puck down for Bright Nose. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with me? White Duck, and White Duck buries it top corner. I can't think right now after that tying goal with 10:10 left in the second period. Cashlong will take that draw at center ice, and Crosslake will win that draw and will retreat back into their own end. Number 9 now with the puck, feeds it across behind the net for 16. Back to 9. Oh, almost Gagats an own goal. Here's number 8 now with the puck, thinking about what to do with it. Is he gonna go for a skate? He does. Almost loses possession during the process. He goes in. He dumps it down to the end. And now Costa will be there to pick it up. And now Lucien will try to get that puck. And here's Landon Nadeau now. Goes on the inside. He cuts it for Lucien to get it, but poked away by Legros. And here's White Duck now with the puck. Tries to feed it across for Constant, but nobody home. Constant drops it down, but it went off the boards. And here's Cash Long now. And here's Landon Nadeau. Skates in. Feeds it across to Lucien. Lucien, oh, almost got, but Legros said no. He poked it away from him. Here's Maddox Long now at the defensive end. Skates around with it. Thinking about what to do with it. He feeds it across for Captain Tate Lucien. And Lucien drops it for Clarkson. Clarkson will dump it down the end. Legros will be there to play the puck, and he'll try dumping down. Maddox Long keeps it in. Maddox Long is thinking about what to do with it at the point. Max Long feeds it across to Clarkson, but nobody home. Lucien will try to race for it. And now Crosslake will regain possession and poked away at center ice by Clarkson. He'll get the puck. Clarkson dumps it down for Lucien to pick up. And Cross Lake will regain possession in their defensive end. Number 22, I believe that is Cunningham. I'm not too sure, but Lucien gets the puck, cuts it on the inside, but poked away by number 5, Hulkrow. The Islanders will try to dump it down, and Maddox Long is there to play the puck in his defensive end. And here's number 15. Now here's Clarkson now with the puck. Feeds it to the point for Maddox Long. Max Long fires, fired wide. McLeod is there to try to poke it away, but it didn't go as planned. And Islanders will dump it down for a line change during the penalty kill. And Maddox Long will be there to think of something, and he'll drop it down for Lucien, and Lucien is going to skate it up. Oh, and someone blows a tire. Number 9 from Islanders. Lucien skates in, feeds it down for Clarkson. Clarkson passes it across for Colton Saunders. Colton Saunders passes it to the side for Lucien. Deshaun Ross with the puck. Feeds it to McLeod. To the other side. Now here's Colton at the point now. Fires. Tries to go for a tip Clarkson, but it couldn't connect. And then Cross Lake will dump it down. Chauncey Jack will be there to play it and passes up to Deshaun Ross, number 3. Now Ross will skate it up to the offensive zone. Feeds it to Cash Long. Cash Long feeds it to Lucien. Lucien will try to feed it to Clarkson, but it goes off the boards, and Clarkson in the corner now at the side. Clarkson feeds it to the middle for Cash Long. I choked, but he scores! Cashton Long breaks the tie and makes the score 4-3 Norway House with 6:27 left in the second period. And I believe that was a power play goal. Oh. Here's number 9, Constant. We'll dump it down to the other end. Here's number 9 for Islanders now, behind the net, and there's a battle in the corner. Cross Lake will try poke it up, and Landon Nadeau is there to get the puck in. He has some wheels skating it up to center ice. He goes on the outside. Feeds it across for Lucien, but nobody home. Here's number 44 now for Cross Lake in the corner. Oh my God, my voice. Here's Landon Nadeau. We'll fan on that. And 7 is there to backhand it out. And Kijik will be there to pick up the puck in his defensive end. Here's number 7, Cashton Long. Feeds it to number 12, White Duck. Tries to go for a one-timer, but whiffs. And here's Maddox Long dancing with the puck. Feeds it across to Dante Bear, but nobody home. And now a 4-on-2 the other way. Holy smokes. And number 8 for Cross Lake fires. Shoulder save, Chauncey Jack, and it's on the net. Oh. .458 left in the second period. Score is now 4-3 Northstars. And I believe someone is hurt. Maddox Long will be there to play the puck, and White Duck will send it around. Going all the way down, I believe, an icing. No, the icing is waved off. Now Cross Lake is going to think about what to do with the puck in their end. And here's Islanders now loses possession at center ice, and here's Maddox Long skates in. And Cross Lake will begin possession. Number 24. White Duck is there to poke it away and feeds it up to center ice, but nobody home. And here's McLeod for the Northstars. Will play with it in his own end. Here's White Duck. Will send it down the ice, but caught at center ice by Cross Lake. Cross Lake will skate it in, but almost lost it. And someone fell into the boards. Right in front, but Chauncey Jack poked it away. Cross Lake fires, but it went off his own teammate's shin guard. Tries to tip it, but Chauncey Jack says, Motte no. 4 minutes exact left in the second period, ladies and gentlemen. Maddox Long will be there to play the draw. And I believe an icing is waved off. And number 8 now for Cross Lake will get the puck in his own end. And loses possession for Maddox Long to pick up. Maddox Long fires. Oh, and it went off, like, I think it went off his toe. The toe of Legros. I'm not too sure about that, but it's in the corner. Feeds it across for Lucien. Backhander, but it went off a blocker by Legros. Not McLeod dancing with the puck in the corner, but loses possession. And here's Cross Lake now, tries to feed it up, almost blows a tire. Oh my gosh. And Deshaun Ross will be there to tip the puck away. Here's McLeod now. And Maddox Long will be there to skate it up on the outside. And here's McLeod now in the corner. Tries to feed it up to Lucien, but blocked off a skate. And here's Colton Saunders now with the puck. Feeds it across to McLeod. McLeod trying to make a pass, but someone stick got in the way. And now a battle in the corner. Now here's Cross Lake now. Tries to go up center ice. Here's Kevin McKay. Feeds it across to Deshaun Ross. And here's McLeod now. Tries to feed it to Lucien. Lucien has it. Fired wide over the net. And here's number 9 for Cross Lake. Will skate it into the offensive zone. Feeds it to the middle for 22, but couldn't get all of it on his stick. And here's Lucien Tate with the puck going on the outside. He cuts into the inside, shoots, pad save, rebound, and they score. And I believe Kevin McKay with his first goal as an AP for Norway House. Kevin McKay. Number 2. Now the score is 5-3 for the Northstars. And a tie up there from Cross Lake, and he'll win that draw. And here's Brightnose with the puck. Feeds it down the boards for McKenzie. McKenzie to Furlan. Furlan dancing with it in the corner. Oh, there's not going to be a call there. Kevin McKay almost got tripped. All right, I don't know if he did. But here's number 9. Constant will dump it into the offensive zone. McKenzie will be there to race for the puck. Number 16 for Islanders will be there to get the puck. Here's number 44. And a big hit against the boards. And here's Cross Lake now. We'll try go up, but poked away. Here's Brightnose. We'll dump it down to center ice. And Cross Lake stops it. And here's Brightnose again behind the net. Dumps it down for Constant. Constant. Oh. Over to Clarkson, over to Tabrium as they and an offside call. 56.7 left in the second period. And here's Constant. We'll feed it up to Clarkson. Oh no, Tatrium. Tatrium fired wide. Gets the rebound. Feeds it to Clarkson to the middle, but nobody home. Crossick will be there to regain possession and cause a breakout the other way. Constant will be there to try poke it away. Crossick still has it. Cuts in. Poked away by Constant. Number 4, Brayden Arthurson in the corner battling for it. Brightnose behind the net now. Skates around. Oh my God. And here's Cash Clarkson. We'll skate it up. He dangles his way through, cuts in, shoots, and he scores! Cash Clarkson will dangle his way through and buries it top shelf where Cookham hides that Bannock. With 13.6 left in the second period, the score is now 6-3 Northstars. And that'll be the end for the second period. We'll be right back with the third period. I'm sorry, and we are back for the third period. I had to run up here. All right, now we're back. And I believe a goaltender changes. Charles Mowat in net. 60 with a slap shot. Went off his Kijik's shin pad. And it's in front. And poked away. No, 60 for cross leg. We'll dump it back in. Oh, holy cow. We'll try feed it across to the middle. White Duck is there to deny that pass. And here's, oh my gosh, McLeod. Not a Tate Reum. McLeod tried to lift the stick and get that puck, but cross leg regains possession. Here's Colton Saunders now. Skates in, tries to feed it to the middle. And here's Maddox Long now, goes to the point, dumps it down to the behind the net. To the corner, right in front. Lucien tries to pass to McLeod. And here's Lucien now with the puck again. Feeds it to the middle, and nobody home. Here's number 22 now. Loses possession. Oh, the puck. Oh, the ground is wet. It's the puck. The puck is being sticky right now. Oh! Almost Gagats, but Legros kicks out his pad on point. .18:33 left in the third period. Now Norway House will win that draw. Lucien tries to dangle his way through, but lost the puck in traffic. Here's Deshaun Ross. Will keep it in, and the offensive zone fires. Lucien tried to tip. Nobody home. Here's 44 now. Cross lake. Up to 20. Tries to skate up center ice, but lost the puck. Deshaun will be skating up to try chip that puck. And here's 44 now. Tries to dump it into the corner. Here's number 20 now. Feeds it to 44 right in front. And I believe he fanned on it just a bit there. Oh. McLeod will accidentally hit him in the head, but I don't know what happened. Or actually, yeah, I did. I seen it. What am I saying? But it's okay. 17:55 left in the third period. The score is still 6-3 Northstars. And here's, oh my gosh. Here's number 9 for cross leg. Now, number 22, cross leg. Blocked in traffic. Number 9 tries to feed it to the middle in front. Tries to wrap around, but Braden Arthurson denies it. Braden Arthurson tries to backhand it out, and cross leg regains possession, banks it down. I believe a delay penalty is there, and then a penalty going to Norway House. And I believe Braden Arthurson is going into the box. Yeah, he is. So it's a 5-on-3 for Cross Lake. Oh, no, for Norway House. Cross Lake tries to shoot it. Miles Brightnose will try to dump it down to the other end. Cross Lake, number 22 at the point. Feeds it down to the side. Drops it down for Cunningham, number 22, I believe. Oh, I thought he was going to do a wraparound, but he doesn't. Almost blows the tire. Here's number 8 now at the point. Looks for Cunningham. Back to 8. Slap shot. Fired wide. Here's number 9 now. Back to 8. 8 fires. Tip down. In front. Nobody home. Oh my gosh. What a save. Oh. In the corner now. Dumps it down for number 7 at the point. Slap shot. Post. Oh my God. It went off the BWAPIS. The post. And here's Constant now. We'll feed it to the other side. And Cross Lake will try to race for it, but it goes out of the zone. And they're going to have to regroup and reposition. And now Cross Lake skates it up center ice. Loses the puck. And then here's number 9 now for Cross Lake. Tries to chip it down. Number 8 almost caught it, but didn't get all of it off in his hand. And here's number 8 now skating it in. Drops it down for number 22 to 55. First 7 with a slap shot and a chest save. Charles Mowat. 22 seconds left for Norway House's penalty. Cross Lake has to use that to their advantage for the remainder 20 seconds of the power play. 15:49 left in the third period. Cross Lake wins that draw in the offensive zone. Here's 16 with a shot. Poked away. Here's 22 with a shot in front. Poked away by Cash Clarkson. Cash Clarkson dumped it down for the penalty kill, and that will be it. From the penalty for Norway House, and Maddox Long almost got a good shot on there. And here's Chase Braun racing for that puck. Cross Lake will dump it down, but Kijik will be there to regain possession of the puck, and Maddox Long will try to dump it down into their zone. And then Cross Lake regains possession of the puck. Here's number 2 now for Cross Lake. Going in, goes on the outside. Loses possession just for a little bit. And that's in the corner. Dumped down for behind the net for White Duck to get the puck. Number 2 now for Cross Lake. Goes into the corner. White Duck will be there to bank it off the boards and try to get it up. And here's number 22 now for Cross Lake. Goes behind the net right in front. And I believe that went off the shoulder just for a little bit from Charles Moe. Here's Chase Braun now. Feeds it up to Maddox Long. Maddox Long has and he breaks his stick going for the shot. Oh, no. Here's number 22 now for Cross Lake. Goes in, tries the backhand, fired wide to the side. Nobody home. Deshaun Ross with the puck now. Will bank it off the boards for Cash and Long, but an icing call will be made for Norway House. Puck is drawn in Norway House's end. Deshaun Ross will bank it down to center ice. And here's Caston Long. No, here's Clarkson now. Dangles his way through again. Almost Gagats. But it went off Legros's glove where the padding part is. Didn't get it all. Just got some of it. And then here against the boards, Dante Bear. And here's Deshaun Ross with the puck behind the net. Causes a defensive turnover, but Caston Long is there to get the puck back in Norway House's possession. Here's Cash Clarkson. Skates it in, feeds it to Dante Bear. Passes it to Clarkson. Leaves it in the middle, but nobody home. And here's Cross Lake now. Number 14 for the Islanders. Skates up center ice. Goes for a slap shot. Tipped by Colton Saunders. Almost Gagats. That could have gone horribly wrong, but it didn't, thankfully. Just kidding. Got to be equal here. And Kevin McKay had a chance and saved Legros, and there's some hands being thrown. Puck is drawn at Cross Lake's end. Here's number 24 now for Cross Lake. And now a battle in the corner. Kevin McKay tries to poke it, but Cross Lake is skating it up. Kevin McKay is trying to beat 16, or no, that was 14. Oh, Constant almost took a hit there behind the net. Here's 16 and a big hit by Kevin McKay. Oh my goodness. Oh, and here's, Furlan almost had it. Here's McKenzie now with the puck. And a chest save, Legros. Puck is drawn in cross six, and once again, here's Lucien Tavrion fires, and almost Gagats, but fired wide. Here's Landon Nadon now with the puck, tries to shoot across. Oh, Lucien almost tipped it in there. And Hallcrow is there to pick up the puck at the corner. Landon Nadon will tip it in. Now Lucien will feed it to, who is that? Bright Nose, yeah. He'll feed it to Bright Nose and he'll fire. But Legros makes the glove save. Puck is drawn in cross six end once again. And here's 55 now for cross six, skating it up. Oh my gosh, makes a move, going into the offensive zone, fires, blocker save, Charles Mowat. Fires again, but fired wide. Hit a player mid-process and goes to the corner. Here we go, he'll try to feed it up, but nobody home. McLeod didn't even realize the puck was there. And here's Brightnose gonna go for that puck. In the corner, he'll dump it down for Lucien to pick up. Lucien skates into the offensive zone. Stops, feeds it to Maddox Long. Max Long tries to go for a cross, but blocked away by number 7. Bright Nose with a shot, poked away by Legros and out of play. Dump it down for Lucien to pick up. Lucien skates into the offensive zone. Stops, feeds it to Maddox Long. Max Long tries to go for a cross, but blocked away by 7. Bright Nose with a shot, poked away by Legros and out of play. Puck is drawn in cross zone once again. Here's number 8 now with the puck. Dumps it down. And I believe there's a breakaway chance for Cross Lake. Number 24, but blows a tire. Feeds it to number 2. Number 2 shoots. Save, Charles Mowat. Here's number 7 now for Cross Lake. We'll try to keep it into the offensive zone. He does. Here's number 2 now. In the corner of battle. Number 44 behind the net. Feeds it to number 8. Fires. Pad save. Charles Mowat. Here's number 15. Maddox Long will skate into the offensive zone. Drops it for Lucien. Stick save. Legros. Tavrium again. Tries to feed it across, but nobody home. Now Cross Lake will turn it around and go the other way. Number 14 now will dangle his way through. Tries to feed it to the middle, but blocked away by Lucien. Tavrium. Here's 16 now for Cross Lake. We'll dump it down to Norway House's end again. White Duck will be there to play the puck. Is he going to skate? No, he banks it off the boards for Lucien. Lucien couldn't get all of it. And here's Dante Bear, feeds it to Lucien. Lucien tries to skate it in. He does. Oh my gosh, what a move. And a glove save, Legros. Lucien has some McDavid handles. But Legros shuts the door on him. 10:04 left in the third period. The score still remains 6-3. Here's Holko now with the puck in the corner. And a hit, Dante Bear. Number 22 now with the puck for Cross Lake. Gonna skate it up. Gonna make his way through to center ice. And he does. He goes on the outside now. He tries to cut into the middle, but bodied away from the puck. Lost his balance, kind of. Feeds it up to Clarkson. Clarkson tries to dangle, but it goes offside. And an offside call will be made to Norway House. Oh, and I believe I hit Hit against the boards, Deshaun Ross. And it's in front and across Lake scores. I believe it floated to the middle and Cross Lake was able enough to be there. Number 55 for Cross Lake will bury that to make the score 6-4 Cross Lake. And I believe Colton Saunders is being sent to the bench. Puck is drawn at center ice. And then we'll go back to Cross Lake's end. Hallcrow will be there to try tip it away. Here's number 9 now for Cross Lake. We'll sauce it over to 22. We'll try feed it to center ice for 55. Number 9 will be there to play it. Number 55 has the puck now. Tries to dangle its way through, blows a tire. Oh my gosh, Brandon Arthurson with a hit. Constant will try to dump it down. And here's Chase Braun now. Dangles. Chase Braun with a breakaway. Shoots. Oh, fired wide. Chase still with the puck. Feeds it. Oh my gosh. To Bright Nose, but Bright Nose with a fired at the chest and a stick save. Legros. And here's 16. Did I say 16 Legros? The 29 Legros. Okay. A high stick will be called for Cross Lake for number 16, I believe. And the face-off draw will be in Cross Lake zone. Norway House wins it. Lucien tries to fire, but a stick got in the way. And here's number 7 for the Islanders. Number 22 was a little lost there. Lucien will feed it back for Kijik. 44 tries to block that pass, and now Lucien skates into the offensive zone, looking for something to do with it. He almost loses possession of the puck mid-process, and a hit against the boards. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice. Ugh. And an icing will be called towards Cross Lake. Puck is drawn across Lake's end, and 44 will try to do a fast breakup, but loses the puck. Number 22 now for Cross Lake. Goes up center ice. Feeds it for 44, I believe. Here's number 24 now. Shoots. Blocker save. Charles Moet and out of play. 7:30 left in the third period. The score is 6-4. Northstars. 7 seconds left on Norway House's penalty. Puck is drawn in the Northstars end. Northstars will win that face-off draw. And that'll be it for the power play. And we're back to even strength. Lucien now will try skating in, loses the puck. Here's White Duck. Skates in, fires. Fired wide. And it goes off the boards. And then Kijik will be there to pick up the puck going into their defensive zone. And here's Kevin McKay with the puck. Tries, backhands it down. And White Duck will be there, and I believe there's no icing. Kevin McKay pins him against the boards, a big hit. Deshaun Ross fires, a blocker save, Legros. Here's number 20 for Cross Lake. We'll feed it up to center ice. will try to bank it, but Deshaun Ross is there to pick it up. Deshaun feeds it to Maddox Long. Maddox Long was still with the puck. Is Maddox going to skate it? He does. And he skates in. He makes a move. Feeds it to Colton Saunders. Shoots. Went off his skate. Here's Deshaun Ross with the puck now. Tries to go at a tight angle, but it went off someone's shoulder. And here's number 20 now. Behind the net. Oh, right in front, but nobody home. And here's Holcroft now, number 5 for the Islanders. Number 2 skates it up, and it's a race for the puck. And I believe Deshaun is there to tip it away or chip it away. Whatever he likes to do. And here's Deshaun Ross now. We'll try to feed it up to Lucien, but number 16 for the Islanders says Montegigan, no, not today. And then cross-sake, Holcroft will regain possession. He'll dump it down. Chest save, Charles Mowat. And here's number 3, Deshaun Ross. And here's Brannigan Ferland. Feeds it to Lucien. No icing. Is he going to play it? Oh, and he does. Legros almost K-Gats. I thought he was going to mess up, but pokes Lucien's stick away while he's at it. Lucien has the puck again. Makes a move. Holy smokes. Here's number 22 now. Turns it the other way for the Islanders. He goes in on the outside. Tries to cut into the corner. Hit against the boards. Deshaun Ross. Another hit against the boards for Caven McKay. And here's Colton Saunders now. We'll dump it down for Caven. Caven skates up center. And here's Lucien. Will enter the zone. He'll drop it down for Brannigan Ferland. Brannigan back to Lucien. Back to Brannigan. Nobody home. Here's Colton Saunders now with the puck. Going to the corner. Blocked off a shin pad. And Brighton Oaks will be there to retreat and receive the puck. And here's Colton Saunders. Feeds it to Brannigan. Brannigan enters the offensive zone. Feeds it to Lucien. Slap shot. And a chest save. Rebound. Nobody home. And here's number 9. We'll dump it down. And Brighton Oaks will be there to play the puck. He'll feed it down for Chase Braun. Chase will be there to play it. Passes it to Clarkson. Clarkson fires and a stick gone on the way and out of play. Oh no. Here's number 4, Brayton Arthurson with the face-off draw, and they win that. A miscommunication pass from Clarkson. And here's Constant now in the defensive end. Is he going to skate it up? He gives it to Brayden Arthurson. Brayden Arthurson skates in, tries to drop it down for Clarkson, but nobody home. And now Crosslake will turn it around. Number 44 skates it up. He's got some wheels. I believe he had a sugar crisp this morning. Feeds it across for number 7 with a slap shot. A save, Charles Mowat. Crosslake tries to catch that puck, but nobody home. Cash Clarkson will get there, but no. He fans on it. Here's number 44 now. We'll try to feed it to the middle. Oh, big hit. Brayden Arthurson. Holy Stuggats. What a big hit. Here's Brayden Arthurson now with the puck. Drops it down for Chase Braun to Clarkson. Clarkson will be there in the corner to try to get the puck. Clarkson regains possession. Clarkson behind the net. Tries to go at a tight angle. Nobody home. And here's number 9, Constant. We'll try to feed it down. A tip. Nobody home. Brayden Arthurson tries to catch Clarkson with a shot. The net is off. I believe and the face-off is going to be in cross-leg zone with Sam McKay going to drop the puck. The ref was talking to Legros. And here we go. The puck is drawn, and Crosslake's and Halker will be there to get the puck. And now a battle in the corner. And here's Maddox Long now. Another battle in the corner. Pinned against the boards. And here's Lucien with the puck. He's going to do a wraparound. No, he passes it to Constant. Constant tries to feed it behind the net. Nobody home. Lucien will try to get that puck. And I believe a call is going to Norway House. Two minutes and 50 seconds left in the third period. Norway House is on a 2-minute penalty kill ball. Crosslake, so a 4-on-4 action here for a minute and 32 seconds. And here's Lucien Tabrium at center ice. Will enter the offensive zone. Lucien looking for something to do with it. Tries to feed it to McLeod, but nobody home. Got poked away. McLeod racing to the corner. Tries to feed it up for Constant. But Constant loses possession. And now it's the number 9's going at it. And Constant feeds it to number 15, Maddox Long. And here's 10, McLeod. Skates it in. McLeod loses possession. Here's number 44 now. And now 44 will dump it down into Norway House's end. And Maddox Long, number 15, will be there to play it. And now number 9, Constant for Norway House. And here's number 8 now for the Islanders. We'll get the puck, and he'll dump it down for the penalty kill. 20 seconds left in this 4-on-4 action. A minute and 28 left in the third period. Sorry. Here we go. Here's McLeod now going to skate up center ice. McLeod skates it in. Goes behind the net. Tries to feed it up for Maddox Long, but nobody home. And here's Captain Tate, and a big hit by McLeod. And Legros is there to cover the puck with 1:09 left in the third period. 19 seconds left for the Norway House penalty. Crosslake still has a power play for the next 20 seconds. And here's Cash Clarkson. Feeds it to number 6, McKenzie. And here's McKenzie will feed it down behind the net for Lucien Tate. Tries to do a wraparound, and Lucien takes a big hit right in the slot. And Maddox Long with a big hit. Fifteen. 53 left. Oh my gosh. 53.9 seconds left in the third period. So it's a little 5-on-3 for Norway House. For Crosslake or Norway House. I don't know. Norway House is stuck with 3 men while Crosslake has a full line out there. So Norway House is going to have to play this safe for the next 50 seconds. For the next 2 seconds. Now it's a 5-on-4 now. A charging call goes to Maddox Long. And here's number 44 for Crosslake in the corner. Feeds it behind the net for number 9, I believe. Number 9 goes to the corner again. Tries to cut it for number 9. Number 9 cuts in, shoots, blocked away by a shin pad. Here's Lucien, tries to lift his stick up, and Lucien has a breakaway chance. And almost blows a tire, but Lucien has it. Lucien skates it in. McDavid handles, but he blows a tire mid-process. And here's McKenzie now with the puck. The final 10 seconds left of the third period. Number 55 will dump it down. And that will be a wrap for Sunday afternoon hockey, and a big hit by McKenzie to end off the game. Holy Stuggats. Whoa, and there's some hands being thrown. Whoa. And that will be a wrap for Sunday's afternoon hockey. And, he just needed that one, right? Lucien almost could have broke the record, but they won. And now that is the final game of their regular season. And now playoffs begin March 14th and 15th, I believe, if I can remember the words of Lester Brown. He is off in Cross Lake for a fishing derby. And I know Lester is watching. And that is it, the final score of 6-4. And this is Ashley Flett signing off with Paco's Productions.